Hey everybody, it's Mike. Forgive the attire. I just got done turkey hunting up here in upstate New York. This is video number 2. This is my second video. I always seen those videos on YouTube where you see guys sitting in their car talking to the camera. I always love watching them because you just see those guys like pouring themselves out, pouring their knowledge and stuff out to the camera. So I didn't get it at first, I kind of get it now. I had about an hour drive from my hunting spot, and you're sitting there driving by yourself. You just got all these thoughts these thoughts that fill your head, and I've been thinking for about a week now, how I wanted to shape this YouTube channel, and I think I got it pretty narrowed down. I'm not talking to those people that they got it all figured out. You're already on the path, and you got an idea of where you want to put your money and what to invest in, and you've already started down the path. All right, I'm not here for you. These videos are not for you. These videos, because I remember what it was like when I was starting out in my little piece of shit studio apartment. I could barely fill the fridge. I was driving a little beat down piece of shit Saturn. The alignment was so bad on it, I get above 35 miles an hour and it would start shimmying and shaking all over the place. I'd wear out tires on that thing left and right, and I was always out of money. Couldn't get it fixed. This is for the people who are at their wits' end. Enough is enough. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I remember that feeling. I remember how it was. I didn't know how to start. I didn't know where to start. And that kind of brings us to the topic of, that I want to share today, which is on your road to financial freedom. If you ever want to get out of that state of scarcity where you always feel like there's never enough to make ends meet, there's 2 things that you have to do right off the bat. The first one is you need to find a mentor. You need to find a mentor, somebody that has what you want to have, somebody that's doing what you want to do, somebody that's being what you want to be. They're going places that you want to go. Things like that. Alright? Those are the kind of mentors you want to find. And they're out there. You gotta look, know where to look. I always heard this saying. Matter of fact, my mentor told me is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So if you're looking for one, more than likely they'll find you, which is how I found mine. He found me, rather. Alright? And these YouTube videos and all these gurus and stuff on YouTube, that's great. That's a great start. It's a good way to keep your mindset in the right frame of mind and to feed yourself every day. You do it, you got to feed your brain every day. You got to feed yourself, make sure you're going in the right direction. Alright? But on the other hand, you can be a bunch of fakers on YouTube. It ain't hard to rent an Airbnb and say, hey, this is my mansion, or hey, this is my, rent a Lamborghini for a day and say, hey, this is my car, make a YouTube video. I'll tell you right now, completely honest, like I said, you ain't gonna see flashy stuff on my YouTube channel. I'm just being honest. If you want the information, if you want help, you'll take the nuggets out of it. Alright, I'm driving back from my hunting trip in my 2005 Ford F-150. I call her Big Red. Guess what? She's paid for. No car loan. Alright? I don't make a payment. I paid cash for her. And I will tell you this. I made all the mistakes when I started coming up, and I finally felt like I had the money and I was comfortable and stuff like that. I did it. I went out. I bought a 5 Series BMW, low profile, racing tires, all the bells and whistles. All the bells and whistles. And I'll tell you what, that's a big ego boost, and not the kind of ego boost you want to have. I ended up getting rid of that thing, got rid of that car. Didn't like the person I had become, and it wasn't real easy to drive that thing in New York in the winter times. That low profile, it didn't like snow and ice, so I got rid of that thing real quick. And I started thinking, sometimes you got to pull yourself back. You start thinking to yourself, what is it I'm trying to accomplish? What is it that I really want? You need to ask yourself, what is it you really want? Do you really want fancy cars and fancy houses and fancy? For me, I thought that's what I wanted. I thought I wanted the fancy cars and the big mansion and all that stuff, and don't get me wrong, those are good goals. They're good motivators to get you going in the right direction. But when I really finally sat down and thought about it, got rid of the BMW and all that good stuff, what is it I really want? What am I looking for? And I was looking for freedom. Nothing but freedom. I want to come and go on my own terms. I want to do what I want. I don't want to have a job and answer to anybody. I don't want to answer to anybody for my time. It's been great. I see my daughter off to school every single morning. I put her on the bus every day. I haven't missed a day since she's been in school. Pick her up off the bus every day. 3:45, I'm sitting there waiting for her every day. I don't got to be nowhere. I'm there for my daughter. I'm there for my family. And that's what I wanted. For you, you got to figure out what it is you want. All right? Because if you don't know why you want to venture off on this journey, you might as well just not start the journey. All right, because when the going gets tough, and it will get tough, there will be tough times. When the going gets tough, hey, the job I got, is good enough. The car I'm driving is good enough. The house I live in is good enough. My life ain't so bad until the next time it happens, and you start getting back into that mindset of where enough is enough. I'm tired of it. If you're really tired of it, that's what this channel is going to be for. That's who this channel is for. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, all right? So I talked about the first one. The first one is get a mentor, all right? You got to have a mentor because that's your accountability partner. You take responsibility for yourself. You can ask them questions, You go, like I said, you can watch these YouTube videos all the time. You can try to put a question in the comment. A lot of these guys get really big and they can't answer or they don't answer your questions. A lot of these big time gurus, they're out of reach. Get yourself a mentor. I guarantee you there's a millionaire living down the street from you. You don't even know he's a millionaire. All right. And the second one is the concept of pay yourself first. I remember back in the 1990s when I had hit rock bottom. My apartment got robbed the day I moved in. I was taken back to the U-Haul truck. I came back from dropping off the U-Haul truck and somebody had broken my sliding glass door and took everything I owned. So I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself on my couch. They obviously didn't take the couch. That was too big, and back then we still had those big tube TVs, so they didn't want to carry that either. So basically all I had left in my apartment was my couch and my big tube TV. So I decided to sit down on it and sulk and feel sorry for myself one day. And I just happened to flip on the TV and started watching Oprah. Never seen an episode of Oprah in my life. Didn't really care for Oprah. Hated talk shows. And there was a guy on there talking about pay yourself first. And the audience, they were beating him up, asking him all these questions, saying, we can't do that. We got bills. And it intrigued me. I'll tell you who that guy was, by the way, is Robert Kiyosaki. Get his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cash Flow Quadrant. He was talking about pay yourself first, and the audience was beating him up. We don't know what you're talking about. We got bills to pay. I can't pay myself first. I got to pay my electric. I got to pay my car payment. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. Well, at some point, you got to decide if you're going to keep putting everybody else first, or you're going to finally put yourself first. All right. Pay yourself first. That'll be a topic for another video. But right now, do some research. Look it up, the concept of pay yourself first. You should be the first bill you pay. If you don't start building that seed money, I call it seed money, right? That's the reason when opportunities come along, you end up saying, oh man, I would jump on that if I only had the money. Oh, here's another opportunity going to pass me by because I don't have the money. Oh, back in 1998, I would have did that franchise thing if I only had the money, but here it is 2020 and I still don't have the money. You've got to figure out how to pay yourself first. That's how you get the seed money. Start tucking it away. Pay yourself first. So I started out, I had bills I wasn't paying anyways, even though I was trying to pay everybody else first. Trying to pay my rent, car payment, put gas in my car, get food. I didn't know what pay yourself first meant. I thought I was being responsible, paying everybody else first, and at the end of the month, I still didn't have enough to pay everybody, so I wasn't paying people anyways. Credit was screwed up anyways. At some point, you got to make yourself more important than everybody else. So that's exactly what I did. I started putting away, socking away. Started out with 10%. Then I moved up to 20%. Then I finally moved up to 30%. Eventually, I got where I was saving 50%. And that's when I started getting into real estate and stuff like that. So when you have the money, the opportunities will find you. All right, so pay yourself first. You gotta build that nest egg. You gotta have seed money so those opportunities don't keep passing you by. In any event, that's all I got for today. Please comment. I don't care if you beat me up. I don't care if you leave me bad comments or tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't care. I'm living it. I don't give a shit. I don't owe anybody an explanation anymore. That's a good point too. I'll probably make a video about that too. But you finally start making it when you quit giving a shit what other people think. When you finally quit giving a shit what people think, you're on the right path. All right. Anyway, that's enough for today. Stand by. Leave me a comment. Please critique my videos. I want to get these better. Make sure I'm putting out the right information that you want, information you need. All right. Anyways, love you. Talk to you later. Bye.